Cape Town is one of the most beautiful cities in the world.
Very nice city to be in, you see.
It's been rated third in the world, if I'm not mistaken.
This city is known for its amazing landscape. The Lion's Head, the 12th Apostle, Table Mountain, which we are in right now, Chapman Peak Drive, and the real estate here is on another level.
Well, I lived in Joburg for about 2 years and I've traveled all of South Africa. I used to land on Cape Town and I asked myself, what did I give up? I would see the mountain, I would see the ocean, and I realized there's nothing that another province can offer me.
And it's one of those very few African countries where you have all nationalities represented here. We're talking about Americans, Europeans, Asians, and even people from other African countries. They're all moving here.
I decided to move to Cape Town mainly for school and also to venture into real estate. As you know, the Cape Town property market is absolutely booming. We've got the Atlantic Seaboard, one of the most expensive strips in Africa, highest sold houses here. So I decided to move here because there's a lot of opportunity to make money.
Johannesburg's just good for business, but if you're someone who just like to enjoy and travel, Cape Town is the right place for you.
So, something you're going to find very common right here in Cape Town, and I mean it exists in other cities, but right here the difference is really clear, and that is
Those who are rich are very rich, and those who are poor, it's even worse. You see, go to places like Khayelitsha, where we come from, things are not right there.
It's like the rich is here and the poor is here, and it's just the richest keeps going up and the poor just keeps going down.
Well, I think it's atrocious that you have the
and it
super
says
wealthy.
one of the highest in the world.
Yes,
the rich
you
are
have
super
the
rich.
super wealthy and you've got the super poor. So the people that live below the breadline here is about 40%.
Yeah.
Lives below the breadline. It's called the Cape Flats.
The average household income in major South African cities is estimated to be around 200,000 rands annually. This is significantly higher than the national average, which is at 150,000 rands. But Cape Town seems to be way higher at 437,000 rands annually. However, there's a large disparity between the wealthiest and the poorest households. The wealthy in Cape Town typically live in more desirable areas in the city, such as the V&A waterfront, Clifton, and Camps Bay. In between those neighborhoods, you can spot the disparity in living standards.
You have the super wealthy from Camps Bay, where you have people that want to have a 300,000 a month kind of lifestyle. If somebody only comes to experience the culture, there's a lot to learn, there's a lot to enjoy.
And it's cheap. It is definitely currency-wise cheap.
It's very nice to be here.
Yeah.
A lot of opportunities. Biggest hospital ever, best ever to do the transplant of the heart.
Wow. After living in Cape Town for 1 month, I love it here, and in this video, I would show you the reality of working and living in Cape Town on a realistic budget, and also show you if Cape Town is really what you think it is. I would appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. Living on a realistic budget in Cape Town can be achievable, although it's an expensive city. The cost of rent would be the most expensive expense, but this entirely depends on what area you want to live in. There are luxurious hotels, boutique guest houses, self-catering apartments, and backpackers hotels starting from $40 US up to $500 US per night. Prices would vary depending on what time of the year and the type of accommodation you choose. You'd be able to find something that suits your budget. Airbnb is very popular in Cape Town and can provide great accommodation for a reasonable price. This is what $1,500 per month or $50 a day would get you in Cape Town CBD. It's a mezzanine type apartment. It's really small. For the asking price, I think it's okay, right? This section here is just the kitchen, the refrigerator, microwave, oven, and all of those things. I don't have a burner, so I have an induction hob on here. This is the living room on here, the chair, and then this is where I do most of my work. It's really nice because I have a view of downtown Cape Town. Like, this is like the CBD. You know, if I just go downstairs, I have everything at my beck and call, right? So there's only one bathroom, which is on the down floor. And this is what it looks like, just a standing shower, WC, and the fancy on here. This staircase here takes me to the room. So I have a queen size bed on here and another view. So down here you have view of the city, and up here you have view of the Table Mountain, which is really nice. I have my wardrobe on here, and then this is the only TV here in the apartment. Really nice, really lovely. But yeah, this is probably what you're going to get for that price point here in the CBD, in the happening place where everything is bustling, that the nightlife here is fantastic.
Monthly rental, if you should manage to get a short-term rental at a decent price, I think you could easily get away with furnished for about 10,000 rand.
10,000 rand.
Yeah.
So if you do want to live an affordable lifestyle in Cape Town, I would say stay away from the beach and stay away from the mountains because those areas are very expensive.
So if you want to stay in a very decent area, well secured and stuff like that, you need to earn roughly 30k and above.
So you're looking at places like Parkland, Somerset, Observatory, Rondebosch. Those areas are more cheaper.
Because the rent there is quite affordable. You can live off 10k, you know. But coming this side towards the waterfront, the Sea Point and Green Point, you have to earn.
Even the restaurants are ridiculously expensive and the food might not even be that great. Those are areas that tourists go to.
So guys, one of the perks that come with living in a centrally located area is as soon as you step out of your apartment, you're right in the CBD. There are a lot of people here, there are a lot of shops, there are banks. The next thing to be worried about is feeding expenses. So to save costs, I'll usually make my breakfast and I might decide to eat out just to get that experience, maybe once a day or once in 2 days. Feeding in Cape Town can vary in cost depending on where you go to eat and what type of food you're looking for. Fast food restaurants like KFC, McDonald's and Nando's are available at slightly higher prices, but there's also plenty of affordable dining and entertainment options for you.
Hey.
Yo, what's poppin'?
Hey, how you doing, Steve? Welcome to our amazing Airbnb.
So guys, just in case you don't know, this is Mandy.
Yes.
And you guys know the reason why we're at our house today, right?
No, they don't know. Tell them why we're here.
The reason why we came to Mandy's place is,
Yes.
you know, she has a YouTube channel where she teaches how to cook. So we believe she's going to help us save some money by making breakfast and dinner.
Yes.
And then we're going to like walk you guys through the process of like basically how cheap you can make breakfast here in Cape Town so you don't spend so much on food.
Yes.
Because people spend so much money on food.
It is, and also remember, it's not just like food you're paying for, it's
Yeah.
the vibe you're paying for, the drinks you're paying for. So we're gonna minimize that cost with our breakfast that we're making today.
Take a look at her apartment. Like everything is all clean, white, proper. I'm like, yo,
And
this
it's
is
so
like,
wide.
yeah, it's so white, right? How much does this cost a day? Okay, see now, she's a baller, right? $120 a day, right here. What's the area called? This is Kloof Street, right? Let me show you guys what the views look outside. So it's a 2-bedroom, living room, open kitchen, all those type fancy shit. One thing I do love about apartments right here in Cape Town is, I mean, you have views, the Table Mountain, and then you have, you know, residential houses on there as well. So the sun rises up from that point. So Mandy's getting like a good, you know, sunrise on here on our apartment. Let's go meet her now. Let's see what we're going to be making. What are we making today?
So we're gonna be making some crispy baked sweet potato and potatoes, and we have some bacon, some ostrich sausages, we have some scrambled eggs, and my favorite is like a saucy peppery thing. You know the Nigerians, they like pepper. So we're gonna do that.
Yeah. If you're going to make this meal for just one person, how much do you think it's going to cost for just one person one time?
One person, one time. It would definitely be under 100 rand.
Right. If you live in South Africa, let me know if 100 rand is too expensive or too affordable for breakfast. I don't know. You guys tell me. Help me.
Yeah, tell us actually.
Right? Do you feel the standard of living in Cape Town is higher or lower compared to Nairobi, or in general it's just high or low?
I'm gonna say it's like almost similar, like, but it's definitely higher. When I go out to eat and I swipe my card, like,
Yeah.
that meal I've bought, is it the similar amount of cost that would
Yeah.
cost in Nairobi?
Yeah.
I feel like there's more popping places to eat here. There's more like vibrancy here, and aesthetic requires cash doila.
Yeah,
it's
right.
high.
Something I noticed was the tipping culture here. I feel like it's so crazy to me because in Nairobi we don't have a tipping culture. And I noticed if you don't tip, they look at you in a funny
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
And it's all the time. Do you want to tip? Do you want to tip?
People move to Cape Town for a variety of reasons. The city is renowned for its beautiful settings and diverse culture, offering many opportunities for career development, as well as a wide range of entertainment options and activities. But the most common reason is the pleasant climate year-round and some of the most stunning beaches in South Africa and in the world. Additionally, the cost of living in Cape Town is relatively affordable compared to other larger cities, making it an attractive option for those seeking to relocate.
Europe have a lot of winter. So they buy property here, and when it's winter in Europe, they're coming to South Africa and they enjoy the the sunshine.
The standard of living is quite high, but the Uber is actually affordable. So, I mean, you take what you can get. If you eat for a lot of money, you take Uber for cheap, unlike in Lagos where the Uber might cost the same amount of money as the food. So there's some things that are expensive and some things that are cheap.
It's definitely not cheap, but it's affordable. But you need to be very financially secure to stay here.
I think it's not as expensive as compared, let's say, to Nairobi where I live. Nairobi is more expensive, which is a bit crazy to me. So I feel like I'd live here better than back home.
Do you feel you can move to Cape Town?
Yes, I feel like I can move to Cape Town.
You can live here, right?
Yes.
Do you feel ever?
Yes, 100%. Oh God, the weather here is so fantastic.
Do you feel you can move to Cape Town?
No, I'd come here to visit and own a business. I could see myself opening up a Swahili restaurant here because I don't feel like there's Swahili food here.
Okay.
So yeah, I could see him.
You can literally settle anywhere, but of anywhere in the world, I would say Cape Town is the best place to settle.
So why I'm
we
not gonna...
have 70% summer all year round.
50 in age and in health, you're still quite young, but you can't make a living in London. So what they do is they take their pension money and come and stay in South Africa, and they can be retired at that age, which you can't do in any foreign country.
For myself, I would say Cape Town is a safe and nice. Also, I had to study initially earlier on in my life, so it's a nice place where you can study in a safe environment and establish your career, because once you're established, then you can go anywhere else in the world. For myself, that was the initial reason.
The most convenient and safest way to move around Cape Town is by cabs.
Because it takes you straight to your destination.
There's Uber and Bolt. Trips usually begin at around 40 rands per ride.
I like to use InDriver because I'm able to adjust the rate that I want to pay. Uber is the most common, however Uber is also expensive.
Yeah.
And then public transport is a no-go, I would say, for a foreigner. The trains are not safe. And the trains are not reliable. There's very few white people that takes public transport. It's 98% of the people that does take public transport are local people of color.
So the people that use lift clubs as well. So like we driving now, so there'll be a buddy, one guy with the car, and then we all just go with him, and then we'll just give him petrol for the end of the week.
Yeah.
So that's that way of traveling as well, when you are working together with someone.
Right.
But yeah, other than that, it's easy to get around. There's train stations, so easy to get around in Cape Town.
Many of the major tourist attractions in Cape Town can be accessed by foot or bike if you live in a centrally located area, just like I did.
Like literally, we're walking to V&A. I usually walk to go get my food. Just here, like there are pharmacies, restaurant. You can get groceries on there as well. The banks. There's even a bus station and a train station over there. All right. Mac and Bean is here for breakfast. In Nigeria, we call this a traffic light. What do you guys call it?
Oh, we call it a robot.
What?
I don't know why you call it.
What is a robot?
Well, so
what is a robot?
A robot is like a traffic light, but you just
okay. But you just said traffic light, so it should be a traffic light, not a robot, or a traffic or whatever. What is this?
Okay, so you press this if you want to cross the road,
yeah,
and it will literally turn green, and then you can just cross.
So we'll try that now.
Yep.
Turn green. All right.
The crime rate in South Africa is generally lower than other major South African cities. However, it's still higher than most cities in the world.
So I chose Cape Town because it's very safe here compared to the other cities.
Violent crimes is particularly high in certain areas. While tourism and business travelers are not usually the target, it is still important to remain vigilant.
But it's also very safe, which is what's nice. Let's just say in Joburg, the footage would have cut halfway.
So one thing you're going to find very common right here in Cape Town CBD is a lot of security personnel just standing at every corner.
But generally, Cape Town is relatively safe.
Our border is very open for foreigners, especially on the African continent. I would like to encourage Africans to come and see Cape Town. Yes, we have a lot of influx of tourists, but it's mostly foreigners. And the Africans that are coming, they are wanting to seek a different quality of life.
Yeah.
But I've experienced a lot of refugees, a lot of Africans that's been in the country for 10 years, and they make their own living. They are a lot more savvy than the locals. For me, that is sad because to a certain extent we've been conditioned to behave in a certain way. But if you want to, you can sustain yourself.
Cape Town is a popular tourist destination and offers a wide range of attractions, activities and events, from safaris to hike up the Table Mountain to beautiful beaches and world-class restaurants. There's something for everyone. There's also a vibrant culture and nightlife. This city is known for its warm hospitality and friendly locals, making it an ideal destination for travelers of all age. In the next episode, I'll show you how to travel and experience Cape Town for little or nothing. So stay subscribed and click the bell icon to be notified. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.